Good morning, Pottery peeps. So we got another kiln unloading. I tell you, I love kiln unloadings. I like watching them, but more than that, I like unloading them. It is like the reward for all the hard work. You get through the suckiest part for me anyway of doing pottery, which is the glazing, and then you get the reward, and then you just can't wait to glaze again. It's really weird. In fact, I'll be glazing tonight. I'm roping the husband into sitting down and glazing. Got a lot of fairy houses to glaze, and he's better at the fiddly things than I am. I love dunking it in a bucket and layering glazes and seeing what happens. He likes sitting down with a brush and taking his time. So since he's an unpaid employee, he's going to sit down and do that for me today. So we'll have another kiln unloading early or sometime this week, probably too, with as much stuff. I've got stuff that didn't make the kiln. And so anyway, let's go ahead and get going and see what we got. See if I was able to fix some of my mistakes from the last one. All right, so we're at 105 degrees. I think that's good enough. So far, I see a couple of fails. That's the way it goes. There's always some sacrifices. So I did not write down anything that I did. I just glazed. So I'm going to try and hopefully remember. I do have some testing in here. These right here are my test tiles. Basically, I did a whole bunch of pumpkins for the art festival. Well, 105 is still pretty warm, so it might be 105 in the ambient temperature, but the pottery's not 105. Anyway, so I've got a lot of Spectrum glazes in here. It's hard for me. I don't like the color orange. I like it with purple, but it's not one of my favorite colors. And so doing pumpkins and so forth, I kind of wanted to get orange-ish colors instead of that bright in-your-face neon orange. I like a burnt orange. Okay, that's okay. But anyway, so I bought a bunch of different Spectrums. I really like Spectrum's glazes, and they're very cost-effective. You know what? I like Amico and Mako, but you know, $18, $20, $25 for a pint of glaze, I'm over it. Clayscapes is really cost effective, but that's dipping and pouring, and if you're used to brushing, these pints of Spectrum, I got them on Blick and did not pay shipping because I ordered enough, and I think they were like $12 and $14, so that's a lot more cost effective. And look at that. I believe this is the kimchi, all right? They have a bunch of floating glazes, and I love floating glazes because you get all of this variation, especially with texture. So I believe this is the kimchi. I do know that this is the autumn. I'll have to write it in because, you know, migraine brain. I still have a headache, but no migraine. So we're still moving forward. I can deal with a headache, just can't deal with the migraine. But this is autumn foliage, autumn purple, something. Anyway, I will write it in. But this, I like that a lot, actually. All right, so here are the, I think they're called the Montana. I'll write that in too. This is Sharon Hoppy's. I did a class on it. I have the mug in here somewhere, but these are the plates. And I dipped all of these, both of these in, Coyote's Rainy Day. And then I just brushed different glazes on top of it when I was done brushing. When I was done brushing these, if I had glaze in my brush, I literally just brushed it over the top. So they're gonna have a bunch of different glazes on, just brushed on the top. I just wanted some variation. Base glaze was the Rainy Day by Coyote, which is actually one I really like that Rainy Day. It's a really nice blue. And I did both of these. I was hoping it would work. So since I did all the stamping on the back and I dipped them, I just wiped it out, and I just so that there wasn't any glaze on the top where they sat, and that turned out really nice. I like that. All right, this was a refire. In the last kiln, we had some crawling, and we fixed it. God, that's just pretty. It's making noise though. I once had I was a pottery teacher. It's like, why do they, oh no, we've got, oh, that poor mushroom. I think it's destined to be mine and in my garden, because I don't know if I want to go through the work of fixing that now. It's stuck to the shelf. Anyway, I had a pottery teacher once when I asked him about the dinging, if you can hear. After a firing, pottery will sit and just ping, ding, 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 ping, you know. And he told me, he says, well, if you got up to 2,000 degrees, you'd sit and ping too. So I don't know exactly. I know it's still doing its contraction and doing all that kind of stuff, but I just loved his comment. Yeah, I would probably more than ping and ding. So I did get the beta tutorial up on the beta fish, but here are some of the seahorses that I made too. So if you want to see how I do this, let me know in the comments, and we'll add this to the queue of videos to make. This is another one where I did a base glaze, and whatever I had left over in a brush, I literally just swiped it on top. And I think it turned out really cool. I've got 2 of these in here. So I'm actually really happy with that. All right, let's wiggle your shelf so you don't break any heart bowls. Okay. Well, I got a broken fish. I kind of thought that's what was going to happen. This is the second one I've broken. Maybe don't handle the fish. If you do the fish that Bond Smith put up, if you have a headache, maybe don't do them. So more of the autumn in the spectrum. But boy, that's pretty. Oh, not only, and it also, I've got it on my shelf. I put it on cookies. It also went to my cookies. But boy, that's pretty. See if I can wiggle this without. I do have kiln wash here. Well, maybe I can, if I'm going to put these in my grandkids' bathroom, maybe this can be like on top of the tub, like it's coming, it's behind the tub. Most likely, I'll just probably let it go. Sometimes you just gotta let them go. And that's, the glaze ran on this too. And I really cannot remember. I know I did seaweed on the tail with something, but that would have been a really pretty fish. I'm gonna have to remember. I know this is frosted lemon. I might have done that Rainy Day from the Coyote, because I was pouring this, and then I came back and just brushed other glazes on top, kind of like how I did the seahorses. So I'm not going to be very helpful, but I love that color combination. Good thing I made a lot of fish. So I can try that on something else. If I can figure out what I actually did. Ooh. Ooh. All right. Let's see. Got a lot of ornaments here too. Oh man. Dang it. I hate it. It's bad enough when things move and they're mine, but these are Sandy's and the stilt failed. And because the stilts failed, you got to watch your stilts. You fire them too many times and eventually they start to weaken and bend. That one's bent over enough to where this fell, and it fell against the post. Not too bad. It probably can be fixed. So grind that off and we'll reglaze that. And this, I bought these stilts at the same time, so no, dang it, bleeding again. Those stilts, they're wicked. Gotta watch out, especially if you've got pottery that, well, I could have done it on the fish because the fish was broken. So Sandy, sorry about these. Probably won't take a lot to fix though. This one, I think we're good. We got a sharp bit there. We might just need to sand down. And of course, I'm gonna get my blood off your pumpkin. And then this one though, definitely needs sanded down. She did melon. Oh, sorry. I will just wash your pumpkin. She did melon from Mako on this, and there is slip trailing on it. Really nice. I really like the slip trailing on the pumpkin. And then the holly green from Spectrum. I'm not sure what she's done on the stem. And this one, I'm not sure. Actually, this is I think it's the same Glazes. Sorry, I'm going to try and hide my bloody finger. I think it's the same Glazes, but it's on the darker clay. I think it's either the red clay or it's the speckled buff by Laguna. All right, hold please. I'm gonna go get a Band-Aid. All right, bandaged up. In fact, my husband said when I went in there, he goes, again? He says, you should just have some Band-Aids out there. He's probably right. All right, so this is an extruded vase. The colors actually were a lot more vibrant in the greenware. I did still trying to find my words. That's crazy. Silk screen, and it was greens and blues and yellows, and it was a lot more vibrant. I did it with the stroking coats, and then it's got the rainy day on the inside. Still pretty. Just more muted, and I am not a muted girl. I'm like in your face when it comes to color. Well, that's interesting. I got some, and it's right next to the ornaments. This is pearl white, and that's pearl white on the ornament. So I'm wondering if it's spit. That's kind of cool. Anyway, another one of those. Might as well grab these. These were all extruded, and these ones they came out curved. So rather than try to take the curve out, I just accentuated the curve so that they're like that. And then there's flowers all around them. We'll see how they do. Figured I'd play with my extruder. I don't play with it very often. This one though, I really like. That's cool. These ones, let's see if I can show it on. I'll just, you know what? I'll show it in pictures after. That's easier. Better lighting too. Okay, so here's the mug. Oh, God, it's time to get rid of my posts, I think. Well, I'll have to get that off with a screwdriver. This is the mug that I did in the tutorial with Sharon Hoppy. And I did it the same way I did those plates. This just might be mine. I love this. Look at that. Look at all that texture. And it's nice and it's soft. It looks like it's carved. So rainy day, inside, outside. And then I just brushed, I know I brushed seaweed, I know I brushed pearl white, and some others. So that's just really pretty, but I got to get that off. So time to get some tools out. All right, okay, this is one that didn't make the kiln. Ooh, I got a nice little drip. This one didn't make the kiln, and it's going to be mine too because it's got a chip in it. This is Winter Woods and Rainy Day by Mako. That's cool. Really digging these mushrooms. So this is the one that fell. So I decided to fire these separately. Might have had more of a chance if I hadn't. Let's see if we can. And I put it up. See, man, all my stilts failed. So I'm just going to grind that off. And then I'm going to epoxy these ones together. And this will be one of mine. I think next time when I show you in the tutorial, I'm not going to go quite so tall and thin. This is the only one I've had problems with, and it's the only one I did that with. All right. Christmas is coming. So, lots of ornaments in this kiln. There's probably going to be a lot of ornaments coming in the future. So there is a tutorial in Pottery magazine. I think it's online too. Pottery, I'll list it. And it shows how to make these closed forms ornaments. And so I made a bunch of these. These ones I messed up on. So I wanted to do some testing to see what I like color-wise. I have a cookie cutter that does a bear and a moose, and I got the bottom off. So I know I did pearl white on this one, and I think I did just clear on this one with purple and blue underglaze white back. And I do have some texture in there. Kind of gives you like swirling snow or northern lights. And this one I did the same thing, but I put, instead of clear, I put the pearl white. You have to let me know which one you like better. I think I might like this one. I don't know. Or I need to go back and test some more. So these are just snowflakes done with silk screens. And they're done on porcelain and then just a clear glaze. All right, so this one was pretty loaded down. Okay, loaded down enough that we almost stuck. All right, this is the pearl white. So I don't think I'm a fan of the pearl white on its own, mainly because this is porcelain and, sorry, I'm getting some shadows. Where are they coming from? See if that's, nope, not any better. So I don't know if I'm a fan of the pearl white on its own. This is porcelain, and I wanted that bright white, and the pearl white gives me kind of this oyster color. So I don't know, usually if this sticks, I did clean out my holes of glaze, but usually what I do is I grab a pair of channel locks and then I twist it. And that's usually how I get those off. Sometimes I break it. That's why you make a lot of ornaments, because sometimes they don't all, oh, I got a drip, cool. So these were all kind of testers. I've got a lot more ornaments coming. So more of Ooh, see that I like. I like all those swirls of blue. What the heck did I do? You know what? I did Stroke and Coat Moody Blue and then wiped that back and then put the pearl white on top of this. And so it ran that, Moody Blue. That's cool. Okay, that's a winner. And then more of the snowflakes that I did with silk screens. And I used the Moody Blue, and it's just to clear over the top. And then these are Tester again. This is, both of them had Moody Blue in them. This is clear, and this is the pearl white. So pearl white or clear, let me know. Well, I can read this one because it says, this is a stamp too from Sharon Hoppy. It says, let it snow somewhere else. And this one just says, let it snow. So this one's for me because I love the snow. And this is for someone who doesn't. And then I did a bunch of trees trying to do kind of a Scandinavian design. This is also a silk screen. Sounds like we need to do a tutorial on silk screens. And so just the blue and white for a Scandi. And I did the Moody Blue on the back. I think next time I probably would just do clear. But I did the Moody Blue in the silk screen. Almost went kind of purple, but it's pretty. All right, for those of you who don't know what this is a jewelry tree, and that's where those posts came from, or these guys. I've had them forever. They do bend after a while. I bend them back. I probably should invest in some new ones. But so far they're working. But if you do a lot of ornaments, you can do your posts, you know, where you do the wire across the posts. But if you do a lot of beads or jewelry or ornaments, invest in one of these. All right, this is a test. And it fused. So Joe, my kiln guy, so it's not gonna work. We wanted to see what we could fire his slip to. So this is his slip, it's slip cast, it's a magnet. And I went ahead and glazed it and fired it. And it shouldn't have fused, but it did. But I thought it would melt. And this was a cone 6 firing with a 13-minute hold. So I wonder if I can, I brought a screwdriver out because obviously I need one out here too. Nope, it's melted to the cookie. So now I need to try this at a cone 5 to see if his slip will fire in my kiln or if I need to keep it. There we go. Or if I need to keep it more for make my own slip for those plaster molds and stuff that I got. Okay, so this was not a refire and no crawling. God, it's just stunning. That is just pretty. Again, it's the cream outside, cream here, cream here. And I brushed Norse Blue, one coat. This is dippable Norse Blue, not the brushable Norse Blue. All of this was dipped. So dipped in cream, brushed one coat of Norse Blue here, one coat here. A double swipe of the Nebula, which is, God, I love that Nebula. God, just so. Clayscapes, if you ever watch my videos, man, I know that Nebula has gone up in price thanks to the tech companies, and it's probably got gold in it, and I know it's got cobalt. But man, I'm getting low. I would love to be a sponsor. Anyway, little sales pitch. This is the Shadow Blue. It's got kind of a little bit of green in it. So I did Shadow Blue on both sides, Norse Blue in the middle, and then I did some Pearl White just randomly. God, that's pretty. I'm gonna have a hard time parting with that. All right, this one, cream on the outside. And then I did, instead of the Norse blue, I brushed lavender mist. I got crawling though. So either I'm not letting it dry enough in between coats, which could be what I'm doing. I think that's what I'm doing because I'm impatient. But this is the, let's look at this side because it's prettier. Actually, you see in the camera, this side better. So lavender mist over the cream. God, that's a winner. I need to put that on some mugs. Did the nebula in the middle again, and instead of the shadow blue this time, I did the Pacific blue. Wow. And then some swipes of the pearl white. And just one coat. Everything's just one coat. So it's really fast to glaze something like this. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, and I threw this on the wheel and then morphed it, you know, because why not? I get tired of round. You'll find the more you do pottery, you get tired of things being perfectly round. All right, some more of these. I'm not sure if this is kimchi. I did a couple of chinos, salmon chino and a saffron chino. I think this is a salmon. That's a really pretty orange. And it's got little crystals in it. I like that. And it still showed the texture. A lot of times chinos will go so opaque that they won't show texture. I'm not sure. This could be kimchi. I will write in the notes. Okay, we have another seahorse. And I know I did kimchi on the mane. And then I did the Coyote's Rainy Day. And I did a bunch of holly green, Spectrum holly green. God, it's pretty. My grandkids are gonna, if these don't sell, my grandkids are gonna have the best fishy bathroom around. All right, another one of these done the same way, except for nope, this is B-Mix. One of them's porcelain. I didn't notice a difference. But boy, that's pretty. All right, this orange is that burnt orange that I really like, and it is the Amico's Hibiscus Gloss. 2 coats. If you do 3 coats, it goes pinky on you. So 2 coats, it's this really nice burnt orange. And that's my favorite orange until I started playing with some of these. And I do believe that this is that salmon chino from Spectrum. I did like 4 of each color. So I see a problem here. This is cracked. Well, I get one because it's still usable. So sometimes this happens because I did do the slip trailing. Obviously, I must have put, you know, my weight or, you know, braced my hand on it when and it was too dry because I've got 2 cracks. Hopefully I don't have any more in there. This is Frosted Lemon on the Speckled Buff. But this is the one I wanted to keep. This is actually a refire because I had a couple of bubbles in here. And this is just Nebula all on its own. Jeez. Look at that. It's like looking into the abyss. All right. So far, all right, let's get in here. Couple of more pumpkins. So one of these, those look the same. One is a saffron, one is a salmon, so I'm gonna have to go through and see which is what. That's gotta be kimchi. These are Sandy's, and it looks like They actually fired well. Two on top didn't. I just love the slip trailing on these little guys. And she did glaze them completely, so they're up on stilts. This one looks really good too. Yay, Sandy, we got 3 good ones. The other 2 can be saved, but be a little grinding. All right, and then this one, well, that's interesting. Don't know why I got a dark color there. I didn't have any dark colors. Oh, you know what? It's got to be a blend of the Wild Aster. These are the Jessica Putnam Phillips Celadons through Clayscapes. And I was just throwing glaze on this at this point. I was done. So that's got to be, that color must be coming from a blending of the yellow and the purple, probably. That would be my guess. Yep. The yellow and the purple kind of goes this greenish gray. Good to know. Still a cute little teacup. All right, so this is a refire. If you remember in the last video, I had coastal blue here, and I didn't have the black under it, so it didn't look like it was glazed at all. So I put black over it and then just fired it again. And yeah, that's cool. That's really pretty. Need to make a note to make some more heart bowls. I try to keep them in stock because they're a great wedding gift. I sell a lot of them for weddings, and I'm out. So this is a big bowl. This is Pacific Blue Clayscapes, and I slip trailed this bowl, and I just did the one dip. Isn't that gorgeous? Wow. Oh, that is just pretty. Even got right there. I don't know if the camera will pick it up. You see that iridescence? Got some microcrystals forming. There's probably some more in here. So no crawling, no nothing. God, it's just a gorgeous glaze. I need to do more with this glaze. And this is a fairly big bowl. It's over 12 inches. So it did cover up some of the slip trailing, but not bad. I mean, it's just subtle, which is good because then you don't have too many big bumps. Wow. You know what? Next year's goal might be making all new dishes for myself. I'm still dealing with dishes from college that the kids didn't break. All right. If you caught the betta fish video on Saturday morning, these are the 2 that were in the kiln. Oh, I love him. Of course, he's blue. So what did I do? You know what? I think I had that rainy day, Coyote's rainy day out, and I think I poured rainy day all the way around him. And then I did a green, obviously. Which green did I use? It would have been one I had out in a bucket. Probably Tim Stark Celadon. I probably brushed it. And then I know that I brushed some pearl white. That's pretty. Woo, pretty. And here is, I don't know if you can see it, that's a little wire that I can hang him on. I make sure that that wire gets glazed. This one I did with the Wild Aster because I had that out. And then I did Wild Aster and I did Briar Rose on the inside. The Briar Rose didn't really show up much. And then I did swipes of pearl white. So, no, I didn't do Wild Aster. I did Briar Rose, Wild Aster, and the tips are done in the Celadon, Amico Celadon, Mulberry. That's what I did. Ooh, and you can see where the tail split. But that's cool. They're so neat. Oh, fun. Oh, all right, here is the saffron. That is gorgeous. This is the Spectrum Saffron. I really like that. I now have some really good oranges that don't look plastic. Orange and red, to me, it's really easy to make them look plastic. All right, so here's another. This was just another little, I had extra texture, so made a little bowl. This, this is Capri Blue by Mako. I have it in the dip. I found the bucket when I was going through all the buckets, and it's like, oh, it's been a while since I used this. I think I know why, because I like a glossier glaze. This is definitely a satin. So, I mean, it's fine for bakeware. It's perfectly fine, but it's just not my taste. But it's pretty. It's just not my taste. I like shiny things. Kind of like a raven, you know, all the shiny things. Well, that bowl that I showed you before is actually this bowl. So the black that I actually put over the coastal didn't work. So that was something else. But actually, I like the way this looks better. I mean, it's all completely covered. It just gives it some little bit. And this is pitch black. Love that pitch black by Clayscapes. It's a black that's not, the obsidian by Amico is really great to layer because it doesn't move. The pitch black will move if you put stuff on it, but the pitch black isn't as shiny as the obsidian. It's still shiny, but not like as shiny as the obsidian. And so and it's so much cheaper. Like last time I did it, a 5-gallon bucket of obsidian was like $105, and 5 gallons of the pitch was like $30. So yeah, no brainer, especially when I like the black better. Or the pitch black from, you know what, this blue spruce. Clayscapes again. Jeez, just love this glaze. This one in Nebula, and that Pacific blue, and the shadow blue, and the coastal blue, all of those colors. I am just such a huge fan. Huge fan. Just love that. Just so you know, I had to make more of those bunts that I did from Jeff on Potter's Journal, and it followed his tutorial because I sold them all. So it's like, whoops. I was going to have some for the art festival, and sold them all. So I had to hurry up and make some more. All right, now we got pumpkins. These are little, just fun little pinch pot pumpkins that I'll sell at the market for just, you know, a couple bucks. And they're done in the hibiscus gloss. And then I needed to make some gnomes. It's starting to be gnome season. And then these, so I did their beards in that pearl white. I'll take closer pictures. This one actually, someone bought, actually Lynn bought a mushroom that I did, and she wants a gnome under the mushroom. So I decided to put little dots on his hat to see if she wanted a mushroom gnome under a mushroom. She gets to pick from these first. So I do them all in all different sizes. And holly green on the body. It's the red or the ruby slippers, stroke and coat, 2 coats on the hat. Probably could have done 3. Then I did the briar rose. I do really like the briar rose for a blush color for their nose. And even though it's a dippable glaze, you can brush them. And then I did the pearl white for their beards. And it looks like I did get running on one. So and then these guys, all different sizes. If I have extra clay this time of year, yeah, this one's gonna have to be, he ran. He's got a dirty beard, so he's gonna have to get grinded off. And he also has little dots on his hat. All right, I will take some pictures. All right, and I'm all sweaty. It's humid here like crazy. We've had rain, and I think we're gonna have rain for, I think, till Tuesday. Yay. I don't have any problem with that. Anyway, I'll take pictures. They'll be at the end of the video, and I'm looking at stuff that didn't make this kiln. That's probably gonna fill half of it, and so I'm gonna start loading it up again. And today's a maintenance day. You're gonna clean this garage up and get ready for the show. So, hope you're having a great one. Get money if you can, and we will see you next one.